guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christi Lukasiak. This is Penelope. Say hello, Penelope Alexandra. Hi. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited you are here today. If you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you know when I am posting. Well, happy Oscars Sunday. This is one of my very favorite days of the year. Love the Oscars, love watching everybody arrive, all the dresses. So in honor of today's Academy Awards, I thought it would be really fun to look back on some of the Dance Mom dances that I think could have won Oscars or Academy Awards, if you will. So I thought it would be really fun to go back, talk about some of the dances. Most of them are going to be because of like best acting, if you will, but I do have a few other categories that I would like to mention. I am focusing on group dances. It was way too hard for me to include solos, duos, trios. However, there's a lot of them that were excellent. So if you want me to do a video like this, like solos, duos, trios that should have won an Oscar or could have won an Oscar, comment below and let me know if you want me to do that, because I think that could be a fun video as well. So we are gonna get started. Now, I just have to say, I tried to put these in like order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or actually 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, with number 1 being the best. And I can't pick the best. I really can't. I watch them and I'm like, oh, that one's good because of this, or that one's good because of that. So these are not in any particular order. These are just 10 group dances from Dance Moms that I think are Academy Award deserving numbers. So shall we get started? We shall. We're gonna start off with a bang, in my opinion. We are going to start off with Amber Alert. I have mixed emotions about this dance because this was really Chloe's last group dance as like an original member of the ALDC, in her original stint on the show. Yes, we came back for season 7, but things were totally different then. So in a way, this dance is a little bit hard for me to watch, if I'm being honest. And I didn't love this number at first because honestly, it got to a point where in any choreography where there was a mean person, Chloe always got that role assigned to her. So for instance, in Runaways, she had to be the one who shot Maddie. In another dance, she was the one who abused Nia. In this dance, she was the one who broke Mackenzie's neck. So I didn't love her role in this. However, I think the dance was really good. I think the acting was great, but I really think the standout in this number is Mackenzie. I thought she was fantastic. I thought she played the part well. You could kind of like feel her fear that she was trying to escape these mean, awful girls. And I really think that this was very, very, very well done by all of the girls, but I have to give a special shout out, maybe even put her at the top of the pyramid, maybe, to Mackenzie for her emotional portrayal in this number. The next dance I would like to talk about is Black and Blue. Now, if I'm being totally honest, any of the lyrical numbers start to kind of like blur together, if you will, for me, because I mean, honestly, how many times can we wear like a little lyrical dress, do the same moves, have soft music? But this one obviously had a much more powerful message. And I thought Maddie was absolutely spectacular in this number. The big fat black eye makeup obviously gave the audience a tip off to what was happening on stage. But even without that, I think it was very obvious that she was struggling. She had emotional pain. And I think this dance was fantastic. I really do. And I have to say, special shout out to the Highland girls because they always got a bad rap for like not being able to keep up. Well, Paige really was always pointed out as like not being able to keep up. Paige was impeccable in this dance. Paige, you killed this number, and I don't want anybody to ever say that you couldn't learn choreography, you couldn't keep up with choreography, and you couldn't turn, because baby, you did it in this dance, and I was impressed. So Paige, we know, and all of it, they all know too. All right, speaking of a number with a standout Highland, we are now going to talk about an infamous Dance Moms number that actually I think is worthy of an Academy Award, and that is Rosa Parks. I thought Nia was amazing. There's a moment in the choreography where Nia's on the ground, and I think it's Maddie who steps on her back, and it was like, ugh. Like, it had a moment that actually invoked a reaction from me. And it's a dance. And everybody always asks if the girls really did learn the numbers that quickly, and they did. And the fact that those kids went out on stage every week and still executed and portrayed a message, for the most part, we always were sending a message of some sort, you know, like immigrating home or whatever the hell. Was it immigrating home? I think it was immigrating home. Remember Voyage Home? Please don't get me started. We could unpack a whole incorrect history lesson with that number. But I thought this number was great, even if Brooke missed the bus. I have to say, Brooke is hysterical. She always got a bad rap on Dance Moms as like being a brat. Brooke is the furthest thing from a brat. And every time I watch this, I literally crack up because she's like, huh? It was almost like she's like, wait, am I on stage or am I supposed to be doing something here? I've never, in all of the years watching Brooke dance, far before the show, ever seen that girl make a mistake like that. And it was, I die every time I see it. So Brooke, I'm going to give Rosa Parks the Oscar, even though you missed the bus. It's fine. It's fine. Up next is a dance that very obviously, absolutely, this list would not be complete without this number, and that is Suicide Hotline. Kalani is breathtaking in this number, and she brings tears to my eyes. First of all, Kalani is an exquisite dancer, make no mistake, but there is something about her emotional execution and connection with this, and I know that there have been conversations that have happened later on about some struggles that she's had. But this number, she is absolutely immaculate in. So love Suicide Hotline. And I have to say, oftentimes when the lead of a dance is powerful like she is, we tend to overlook the background dancers. And I don't even think of them as background. I think of them as ensemble. But I think that Kendall, Nia, and Bryn were gorgeous in this dance, and they held their own, even though their role was to be a background for Kalani. I still think that they were fantastic in this. So bravo, ladies. Come get your Oscars. Okay. Oh, the next dance I think is perfect for this year's Oscars because it celebrates the season of The Witch. And we all loved Wicked this year, did we not? Okay, so true story. I really rebelled against watching Wicked for a very long time because I have such a special place in my heart for Kristen Chenoweth. I do. Kristen was a huge Dance Moms fan. She used to tweet me every week about Chloe. I love Kristen Chenoweth. I loved her as Galinda. And I had a really hard time accepting that Ariana Grande was going to be Glinda. I couldn't watch it. And finally, Chloe made me watch it. And I have to say, I completely take back everything I said. I think Ariana was chef's kiss. I think she did everyone proud. I think she was absolutely the best choice for Glinda. And I have never been so happy to be wrong in my life. So, but in celebrating this season of The Witch, let's talk about Witches of East Canton. This is kind of a sleeper number for me. I didn't really think about this number, and intern Matt informed me. He's like, no, that's actually one of my favorite numbers. And I went back and watched it, and I was like, this dance is really something fun. Not even fun, it's really good. It's like a wow dance. And so I think between the costuming, the dancing, and the emotional execution, I think this is definitely an Academy Award winner. For sure. Up next, we have a dance. I mean, this dance I felt was ridiculous from jump. However, I think the girls executed it wonderfully. And this is I See the Kite Flying, which clearly is a nod to the 1970s Academy Award winner, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Jack Nicholson, Nurse Ratched, which we had our own Nurse Ratched on Dance Moms, I'm just saying. But this dance was like, they're punching themselves in the face. And I still stand by, you know, the music starts, they're crawling around on their necks, they're punching themselves in the face. Like, weird number. I think the girls executed this number to the best of their ability. And if you think about it, I think this was what, season 2? They're what, 10 years old. And Abby's like, you act like you just escaped from the psych ward. And they're like, okay. Like, how do they even have a point of reference? So all of that being said, I think they definitely deserve support from the Academy for this one. This is definitely an Oscar-worthy performance from all of them. We will give a special recognition to Nakaya because she did come and dance with a group that she wasn't used to dancing with. So great job, Nakaya. You fit right in, which I don't know if you want to fit in the crazy dance, but you were great. You were absolutely great. Everyone was wonderful. I've never been more proud of our little mental patients. All right, up next, we have another Nia-led number. And when I watched this dance back for Back to the Bar, which if you are not subscribed to Back to the Bar, that is a podcast that I have with Kelly, where every week we go back and we recap an episode of Dance Moms, but we also tell you what is happening behind the scenes. And I have to say, when I rewatched At Last with Nia as the lead, I was floored. I remember watching that number in the audience, and honestly, I was very nervous because it was an incredibly controversial piece. We were in Atlanta. This could have been taken all wrong. And Nia is the reason that dance delivered to the level it did. She was amazing in that number. I say give Nia all of the dances that are powerful, strong, telling a message, because she blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. Blew me away then, but more so blew me away now looking back, because that girl got such a bad rap from Abby all the time about her feet and blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to tell you what, her feet were perfect in this number. And they were perfect because they weren't perfectly pointed. They were exactly the way they should be. And it told the story and it was powerful. And I have to say, I have never been more impressed going back and watching a dance as I was when I rewatched this one. I really, really was. So, and the Oscar goes to At Last. Okay, I feel like the next dance absolutely would be on everyone's Dance Moms Oscar winner list because these girls were babies in this number, and they absolutely delivered to levels that you cannot expect for a subject matter that was actually insane. It's insane if you give it to like a 15-year-old, but we gave it to 9-year-olds. And that is, where have all the children gone? Okay, so they were bullied. Follow me on the storyline, okay? They were bullied, but then they were murdered. I don't know where bullying goes into murder. Or I think they were kidnapped too. I think they were bullied, then kidnapped, then murdered. I don't know. There's a whole transgression. I'm not really sure what the steps were. But they all, or did they kill, I think they... No, they didn't get murdered. They killed themselves. Is that how it went? They were bullied and then they killed themselves, I think. Is that it? Okay, somebody let me know in the comments. God, my videos are going to get flagged for like inappropriate content. All I'm doing is repeating what was on Dance Moms. Okay, so each of them had to die a very insane death. Chloe, I very vividly remember like stabbing herself. Vivi and Ken's were just like weird on the swing, which kind of creeped me out, but hey, I mean, great acting. Brooke, magnificent in this number. Brooke, I think, absolutely carried it. She was creepy, she was weird, she told the story, she like did weird things on her neck, which always freaked Kathy out. Loved it, absolutely loved it. Paige jumped off the stage. I mean, great. It was great all around. This list would not be complete without Where Have All the Children Gone? That could be my number one, only because I think every single girl delivered, but I don't want to give everybody a ranking because I think each of these dances holds their own on their own without being ranked against each other. Not everything needs to be in a pyramid, you guys. It really doesn't. Up next is a dance that every single time I see it, it brings real emotion to my chest. When I watch this dance, I get choked up every single time. And that dance is Twilight. Now look, I know Twilight the movie is not winning an Oscar. I get it. It is a cult classic. People love it. But I think Chloe, Brooke, Paige, and Nick were so fantastic in this number, telling this deep love story when I don't even think, I mean, Brooke might have gone on a date arranged by Abby at that point with Brandon, but they were kids. They didn't know anything about like true love. And they're up there like dancing their hearts out in love with this vampire. And I have to say, they sold me It was giving me Kirsten Dunst in Interview with a Vampire when she was a child, and she was spectacular because she was in love with Louis. I mean, all of the things. I absolutely think this is deserving of an Oscar, and it makes me cry. So love this number. If you haven't watched it in a while, go back and watch the whole thing. Think about this. They are, I think Maddie's 9, Chloe's 10, and Brooke might be 12. Maybe. So think about that. They are actual like zygotes, tiny babies in this dance. Last and certainly not least, and definitely worthy of an Oscar, is The Last Text. Is anyone ever going to remember a dance more powerful than The Last Text? Because I'm going to tell you, I was sitting in the audience and that number was breathtaking. I wish each and every one of you could have felt what it was like to be in that auditorium. It was powerful on TV, not even close to what it was in real life. And when you watch it back on TV and you see the emotions and the girls and the message that it was sending, it is hands down an incredible dance. And my hat is off to Abby and Gianna for choreography that was innovative, emotion invoking. And I'm also going to give Abby original score for this one because she was on the phone telling the music producers exactly what she wanted. She created that music. So original score goes to Abby because she did do this, or best original song, if you will. She put that together. She said, I want the sirens, I want the talking, I want the heartbeat. She knew exactly what she wanted. And I'm going to tell you, she gets a bad rap sometimes for repeating choreography. When Abby puts her mind to it, her dances are top notch. And this is one of the best examples I can think of. So The Last Text is definitely an Oscar winner, in my opinion, for sure. All right, well, we would not finish this video unless I gave you a couple of bonus categories. So let's do the bonus categories, shall we? And before we get to the bonus categories, I have to mention, if you are not following me on TikTok, you need to, because I have this whole special series I do where I do secrets of dance moms. You need to come over there because I spill a lot of tea. My TikTok handle is Christi Lukasiak 0. If you are not following me on Instagram, I have a broadcast channel for all you super stans out there where I send you little private messages every once in a while and give you some hot tea that you're not going to find anywhere else. So look me up on Instagram, Christi Lukasiak, and on TikTok, Christi Lukasiak 0. Somebody took Christi Lukasiak, I'm just saying. My darling friend, Dr. Holly, this one is for you. You got a bad rap all the time for not being like the costume mom, but if I had to give an Oscar out for best costume in a group dance, I am every time gonna give it to Glam. Every single time I'm giving. I thought those costumes were spectacular. I thought the makeup was incredible. And Holly, you took charge of that one. And I never won a costume award. I think you've got 2. Now you have an Oscar from me to you. Dr. Holly, forget about the PhD. This is your real achievement and accomplishment in life. You have the stamp of approval from a costume connoisseur, and you get the Oscar for Glam. And finally, we're gonna do something a little bit different. If you don't know what a Razzie is given away every year. It's an award ceremony. Instead of it being best movies, best actors, best actresses, it is worst movie, worst actors and actresses every single year for things that are just terrible. And I thought it would be really fun to end this video with the dance that I think deserves the Razzie on Dance Moms. And that forever will be Light My Fire. I have no words. Okay, first of all, hip hop. What do we do with hip hop? We don't have hip hop classes, okay? Second of all, Paige is in a boot, okay? The girl is in a boot doing hip hop. Third, did we see Brooke doing this move? Okay, Brooke, I love you. You are incredible. That one's not for you. And last but not least, the part of Light My Fire that gets me every time, it sends me actually over the edge, is the fan in the background with like the 3 red streamers kind of just flowing in the wind, and that is the fire. So on that note, we are gonna end this video. Let me know if you loved my Oscar award-winning numbers and if you would like me to do this again with solos, duos, trios. Enjoy the Academy Awards tonight. I can't wait to hear everybody's thoughts. I can't wait to see who wins. I'm sending you all a big kiss. You are at the top of my pyramid, and I will see you back here next week. Bye.